The Big Sky State's energy future will be examined from a variety of perspectives at this week's Montana Energy Summit here in Billings. Republican U.S. Senator Steve Daines is hosting the two-day conference and kicked things off this morning, leading up top U.S. energy officials on a tour of the Colstrip power plants in the Rosebud coal mine. That's where Q2's Jay Cohn caught up with the senator this afternoon.
Well, a day in the life of a U.S. Senator. We're here in Colstrip today with Senator Steve Daines, who just wrapped up a whirlwind tour of the power plants and the coal mine and did a little roundtable discussion. Senator, your takeaway, this was a pretty good discussion this afternoon.
You know, it was a great discussion. It's wonderful to have folks coming from Washington, D.C. here to Colstrip. We had the first ever Federal Energy Regulatory Commissioner here in Colstrip in the history of FERC. And to hear firsthand from the people of Colstrip, the folks who work here every day, about the challenge we face here, the impact that coal and Colstrip has on this community was very, very telling, and I think very helpful for those who were here.
A different tone today than some of the transition meetings we've seen, how this town transitions away from coal. Seemed like the focus today was how do we enhance the coal on the market and get this grid more resilient than it is, the electrical grid. Tell us about that.
Well, the last administration thought that coal was the problem. This new administration believes that coal was part of the solution. What I mean by that is not putting all of our eggs in any one basket, having a diverse portfolio of energy sources, of hydro, of wind, of solar, of oil, of gas, also of coal. 32% of our nation's energy comes from coal. It needs to remain an important part of our diverse portfolio. That's how you can keep prices low, reliability high, and importantly for the Montana economy, the tax base, the jobs, good high-paying jobs with great benefits. We need to keep these here in Montana. That's why we're fighting on behalf of the folks here in Colstrip.
So what's your takeaway? Are we looking at a government subsidy perhaps for this coal plant and this coal mine to get it through the tough times right away?
Well, I'll tell you, part of the solution here, and that's why we had folks from Secretary Rick Perry, the Department of Energy's team with us. In fact, one was a high-level official appointed by the U.S. Senate that was here today. She heard firsthand the challenges. She's taken that right back to Secretary Perry, what we can do in the short term here to buy more time to figure this out. We don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction that's occurred, frankly, from the last administration. Australia has learned the hard way. Taiwan has learned the hard way. Germany's learned the hard way, moving too fast in this versus keeping a balanced, common sense kind of approach. So I think we need to work to level the playing field on these energy.
And Jay joining us now with more on this look at Colstrip's renewed future.
Well, that's right, Sammy. That meeting today in Colstrip, well, it was focused on how Montana coal and Montana coal-fired electricity fits into this new U.S. energy mix. And I'll have much more on that for you tonight at 10, including we'll hear from Talon Energy CEO Ralph Alexander. He describes Colstrip, Sammy, as the poster child of this complicated U.S. energy scene across the country. He has a very interesting perspective. We'll bring it to you tonight at 10.